to the first doctor's appointment. You excited? Just real quick.
Oh no, I'm sorry. You can go fast now. Alright, you can take them off. I'm gonna get this one plastic too.
Real quick. Just real quick, okay?
So take bubble.
Yep, you can take it off in just a second.
Don't pee pee. 11 pounds. 11 pounds. Can you say hi to the people? Can you say hi to the people? Can you say hi to the people? We're still in our PJs because that's what we do. Oh, wait, let's fix your face now. Let's fix your face now. I can't have you on camera looking crusty now. We are chilling in our PJs today because you know that's what we do all day, right? There's no need to have real clothes on at home. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you an update on this. Are you smiling? Oh, so cute. I'm going to be giving you an update on this little one right here. So I'm a little late with the update. He is technically 6 weeks today. So we're a little bit late, but that's okay. Better late than never. Let's see. Let's talk about you. All right, what's going on? I wrote some notes in my phone so I didn't forget what we needed to talk about. So let's see. Let's start with your size. So when he was born, he was 8 pounds and 15 ounces and 21 inches. So yesterday he had an appointment and he is 11 pounds and 14 ounces. Woo! We've gained 3 pounds. His pediatrician was very impressed with that because he is exclusively breastfed. So 3 pound gain is good since birth. Getting chunky. He's getting some thighs on him, getting some rolls. And she told us that he is in the 80th percentile for his weight. I can't remember the specific number, but I know it was in the 80s. So you're a little bit chunkier than babies your age. Yeah. You're so smiley. That's another thing. We can go ahead and update on that. He has started to have what we call like real smiles, or what's called social smiles. So when babies are first born, they just smile as like a reflex or like to get gas out. But now he smiles when we talk to him, when he sees our faces, when he sees things that he likes. He really likes the ceiling fan that we have downstairs, and sometimes he'll just stare at that and smile. Just anything that's like brown against a white wall, he'll smile at. Oh, we're getting upset. Okay. So yeah, we've started to smile recently. I'll insert a clip actually from this morning where we were just kind of talking to each other. Hey. You know I'm your mom. You know I'm your mommy. Yes. Yes. I hear exactly what you're talking about. Yes, I do. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yes. I hear you. I hear you. All right, so let's move on to your height. Let's talk about how long you are. So he is 22.3 inches, and she told us that for his height, he's in the 60th percentile, so he's just a little bit longer than other babies his age. Going back to his weight, I told you guys that he is exclusively breastfed, but what I mean by that is he exclusively drinks breast milk, because I do pump my milk and feed him with a bottle. And right now he drinks about 3 to 3.5 ounces per feeding, and he feeds, it depends. Like early in the morning he kind of cluster feeds. He'll feed about every hour, and then throughout the day he feeds about every, I would say about 2 to 3, right? Does that sound about right? 2 to 3 hours. Yeah. And he'll drink, like I said, between 3 to 3.5 ounces of milk. And it's been really, really great. I was nervous at first to give him a bottle because I didn't want him to have nipple confusion. But once I saw how well he did with the pacifier and still being able to latch on, I didn't have any concerns, and we have no problems. He can take a bottle like all day and then still latch properly at night. I'm just smart. I just know the difference. We did have issues in the first, I think it was like 3 to 4 days. My nipples started to crack and they started to bleed a little bit just because they weren't used to constant feeding. But now he's smiling again. He's going right back to sleep. But now they have toughened right on up, and yeah, breastfeeding is going without a hitch. So the next thing is cradle cap. So we noticed the cradle cap like actually in his hair, and so during bath time we would just take a washcloth or one of his little baby brushes and we would just scrub it off. We didn't scrub it all off initially because it got a little red and tender, so it took about 3 bath times to get the majority of it off. And then we noticed that he was getting a little rash. We noticed that he was getting a little rash on his face. And at first it started off as baby acne, and then it turned to like this red patchy, it would get like swollen a little bit. And so his pediatrician told us that he had cradle cap on his face, which I didn't know that babies could get it on their face, but they can. So he had it on his face and his neck, and that caused him to lose a little bit of pigment on his ears and his cheeks, which will come back once it's all the way gone. She just prescribed us a hydrocortisone, I think is how it's pronounced, hydrocortisone cream, just 1% that you can get over the counter at CVS Walgreens. And we started using that last night, and we've seen his skin clear up immediately. It's not as dry, and the bright red patches have gone away. Before we went to the pediatrician, I was just treating his face with breast milk, which would clear it up temporarily, but it would always flare up again the next day. So I noticed that for his body, because he did have a little bit of baby acne on his stomach and on his back, so after bath time I would just mix, we use Baby Dove to bathe him, and I would just mix some breast milk with some of his baby lotion, and that cleared the baby acne right on up on his body. What's next? What's next? Thrush. So he has a thick white coating on his tongue, and so I thought it was thrush, but it's not. Yay. I'm happy about that. So his pediatrician just said it's just milk coating on his tongue. He doesn't have any sores in his mouth or anything like that. It's just milk. She told us that we didn't need to wipe it down or anything like that. It would just go away on its own. And as you guys can see, he's not overly reliant on a pacifier. He'll take it like right before he's about to go to sleep, and then, you know, when he's asleep, he just kind of spits it out. And if he's content, like he's fed, he's dry, and he's not tired, he doesn't require a pacifier. Right. The other thing is that one of his feet is curved. So normally your feet are just kind of, I mean, I guess straight up and down, but his right foot curves outward a little bit, and so it's just an easy fix. We were advised to just hold his heel straight and bend the top part of his foot to the left, and that would just straighten it out. She said it was a very, very minor bend. It wouldn't affect the way he walked or anything like that. So she just said every single time he has a diaper change, just take his foot, bend it a couple times. It doesn't hurt him or anything like that. It just helps to correct it without surgery or a brace or anything, you know, extra. Right. Wait. Lastly, I just have great health. She said overall he's really, really healthy. There's no concerns that she has about him whatsoever. He's eating fine. He's pooping and peeing just fine. His skin looked great. His little limbs, when she was moving them, they looked great. So yeah. Now I just wanted to talk about a little bit with me. Just talk about being 1 month postpartum. And I'm going to show you guys my belly at the end. About like 2 days, maybe 3 days after I had him, I started to have crying spells where I would just cry randomly. I mean, I could just be sitting here like I'm talking to you guys and just burst out into tears. And so I had already been talking to my midwife about, you know, baby blues and postpartum depression. And so I didn't feel like it was there. I felt like it was more so anxiety. And I had talked to her before that I was a little concerned that I might have postpartum anxiety, just because in general, when it comes to I guess things that I care for, or my children, the only other children that I've had are my pets, I tend to get like really anxious thinking about things, or if they're sick, or if I don't know how to care for them. And so I started to have those feelings when I first had him, but they subsided once I got into a routine. The anxiety kind of left. Most of the anxiety, if I'm going to be honest, I guess I'll just go ahead and be transparent, was surrounding going back to work. So I was part-time at my job. And I only worked 3 days a week, and so it worked out perfectly actually that the 3 days that I worked, Kevin's mom is off of work and she was going to keep him. And so I didn't have anxiety about who was keeping him or where he was going to be. It was just more so being away from my baby that I didn't feel comfortable with. I didn't have a peace about it. Like I said, I had peace about who he was going to be with, because he was going to be with his grandma, but I just wanted to be with my baby. And so Kevin and I talked, and we kind of sat down and we crunched some numbers, and we, you know, just really had a discussion, and I decided to step out on faith and leave my job. So your girl is a stay-at-home mom, which is crazy because last year, if you would have asked me if I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, my answer would have been no. I do not want to be a stay-at-home mom. I definitely want to work. But now that I have a baby, I kind of want to take some time off to just spend time with him and, you know, raise him. And I figured that I can always go back to work and I can always get another job in my field, but I won't ever get this time back. Having a cat is just, I won't ever get this time back with him. And so it was really rough for me to make that decision. One, because like I'm going from having a stable job in my field to not having a stable job in my field, and working is all I've ever known, other than school. I went straight from college to working, and so having downtime has definitely been nice, but it's definitely an adjustment. But peace is priceless, and I have peace. I noticed that when my return to work date was getting closer and closer, my milk production actually started to decrease. And so actually it was yesterday that I put in my 2 weeks and worked out everything that needed to be worked out. And when I tell you, I've been pumping like every 2 hours and getting 5 ounces. No, that's not true. About 7 ounces with both boobs pumped. Just because my stress has like melted away. I feel good. I feel light. It was a hard decision to make, but it was one that I knew I needed to make, and it was necessary, and it's made all the world of a difference. Be careful with your face. So I think that's really it with me. Like I said, I'm going to show you guys my belly, and if you haven't watched my labor and delivery story, I'll put it in the description box below. Make sure you watch that. In that video, I told you guys that they found out that I had a vaginal septum, which just means that part of my hymen was still intact, and that ripped when I was giving birth. So as far as my little lady bits down there, they healed up all the way nicely. I didn't get stitches. I chose to just kind of wait it out for it to heal, and I want to say it healed to the point where there was no discomfort. It took about 2.5 weeks. And I went to go see my midwife, and she said everything looks great down there. She said it healed up better than what she could have thought. So that's good. So physically I'm healing well. Like I said, I'll show you guys my belly in a little bit. Mentally I feel great. Emotionally I feel great. I feel great. Yeah, we feeling good over here. We're doing good. Baby's growing well. Mommy's doing well. The family's doing well. We're just as a unit. Everybody's just doing great. Kevin transitioned back to work, and even though he misses him during the day, he has started to get settled back into his routine of having to go, you know, back to work. So yeah, we're all doing really, really well. I'm going to go ahead and put him down since he's ready to go down for another nap, and then I'll be back to show you guys my belly. All right, so I got the baby to go down for a nap, so I'm about to show you guys my little postpartum body. So here is my stomach. It's pretty much all the way gone down. I have like just a little bit of like pudginess left. The other thing that hasn't quite gone away is my hyperpigmentation. It's definitely gone away a lot, but as you can see, this, try not to flash y'all, but this right here is my normal color, and this obviously you can see is much darker than that. And then around my belly button I have just a few little stretch marks, nothing major. And then you can see my linea negra is still pretty visible, still pretty dark. So yeah, I think this is pretty good for 1 month postpartum. I just need to work on tightening this little pudge up. I'm not quite sure how to get rid of that hyperpigmentation, so if you have any suggestions on that, seriously, in this video with me, okay? You can be my pseudo newborn. Okay, you can be the baby now. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions on how to get rid of hyperpigmentation, I'm not really too worried about the stretch marks. I mean, I carried a whole human, so you know, body had to stretch a little bit. Yeah, but if you have any suggestions about that hyperpigmentation, please leave that down below. And yeah, that is the end of this video. I will see you guys next time. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for me, make sure you leave them down in the comment section below. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for more content, and follow me on Instagram, because that's really the only social media platform that I'm active on. So yeah, do all of that and say we will see you. I'm almost done. Say bye to the people. Say bye to the people. Okay, whatever. Goodbye. All right, so I will see you guys in my next video.